Welcome to Classroom 33. This is Classroom 33. And what we have for you today is pollution, okay? One of the types of pollution that seems to be plaguing the water system down here, because you got water, air, and land, okay? These three right here are the keys to all pollution, okay? Land, water, and air. And what we have going on is this chemical power plant system. We've had several meltdowns, okay, where the reactor actually blows its motor. Okay, blows the motor, something occurs within inside the reactor during the shutdown or the meltdown process. No, it's during the shutdown process of shutting down one of the other engines, and then they're going to reboot it as they normally do, and it blows. So, we have a chemical issue within the water system, okay? So not only are these, because these power plants are connected to the water, okay? Because that's what they're looking to cool down these systems. Okay, so it's connected to the water. So immediately when this reactor fails, this power plant fails, it goes into a cataclysmic event immediately. And this is what Classroom 33 is here to teach you, is why did we go with a chemical power plant? Because the rulers that are in place are evil, okay? And instead of going with a water power plant, they went with a chemical power plant to get a nuclear weapon. That's where we didn't go yet. We didn't talk about that yet, but Classroom 33 will talk about this to get the nuke, okay? And that's the real reason behind it, okay? So they did all this pollution on the earth to get these nukes. And now they got over 12 to 14,000 of them. So we'll say 12 to 14K. And it looks like one giant bomb, okay, down here. Okay, that at any moment, if these were to go off or somehow to have a malfunction, and we would have a cataclysmic event like no one's ever seen before, because the entire earth would literally just be turned into one dust ball. Okay? And it's really jeopardized our water, because we've risked the planet for nukes. Okay? So we've risked the planet. The risk level was 85%. But we'll say 75. I would say it's more like 85 because of the know-how, the understanding wasn't there. So having the chemical power plant connected to the water source to get nukes for 12 to 14,000 of them, have nowhere to use them, or even have no idea why we even have this many, puts us at a risk level of 75%. Okay, we have a risk level on the earth at 75%. What are we doing with cataclysmic what are we doing with incendiary weapons everywhere? Literally, it just incinerates anything in its sight. I haven't figured out, but this is what I'm going to tie it in. I'm going to tie it in, because even though they say I haven't figured it out, I have figured it out. I just didn't want to tell you this Classroom 33. You know, you gotta be, it's an unpredictable clash, okay? What it was is, it comes down to military spending, okay? It was the military. Not entirely sure who inside the military would have been dumb enough to drop the nuke, but somebody was, because it has to come from an authorization within inside the military to drop the first nuke. So the military had given authorization to drop the nuke. And it came from the president's office. So, the military dropped the nuke, okay? And this was in 46, the first one. And prior to that, they dropped little boy and fat boy, okay? Prior to that, prior to 46, first nuke dropped. Okay, I want you to understand this. That this was a smaller nuke, but it was dropped still on the earth on people. Little boy and fat boy, okay? And America has done a lot of damage. A lot of damage. Now, there's a lot of problems in the world as well. But the way we're looking today, as satanic and demonic as we are, with these type of weapons, puts us at a fear factor risk of 100%. We might have the most demonic location on the whole entire earth. The whole entire earth, America, might be the most demonic and the most satanic. I believe it is. I believe it is. So not only are we the most satanic, but we're the most demonic with nukes in our hands. We're talking about close to 7, 8, 9,000 of them. How could somebody with this type of power hold nukes? And why should they hold nukes in their hands? After polluting and destroying the water system with these chemical power plants. We got an example, 3 Mile Run, okay? 3 Mile Run, Harrisonburg, Pennsylvania. Now, what happened is that one of the reactors, during the shutdown process of one of the engines, they shut down the engine. It took all this heat on the other engine, and it couldn't cool down fast enough, so it blew. It just blew the motor. And then they had a meltdown crisis where the chemical power plant itself had a meltdown, and the actual chemical from the radiation got into the water and caused the highest rate of autism in that location. And they never paid anybody for this. The government never paid anybody. The military never paid anybody for getting sick and getting cancers and getting autism and basically becoming retarded. No one got paid. So the military is corrupted. That's the next thing I'm going to talk about in Classroom 33. Corruption within inside the military system. So they think that they can push you around, do whatever they want, whenever they want, and never pay you $1. Kiss my white ass, okay? 40% of a paycheck? Oh, no. We gotta discuss this, buddy. We really gotta talk about this here. You want 40% of my check, and you're the most corrupted. Yeah, 3 Mile Run, completely corrupted, didn't pay anybody nothing, and anyone in the area suffered that was connected to that water system. Not only was we dumping power plant materials in the water, but we also dumping feces. Urine and feces. Okay, I want you to understand this at a super global rate. That's why the global system, that's why half the ocean is brown. That's all doo-doo and feces water now. You dumb? Don't you look at me like I'm stupid. I'm looking at y'all because this is Classroom 33 and we're out here teaching some valuable lessons here. About how stupid these people really say they are. They're so brilliant, so smart. We haven't seen a brilliant idea come from the hierarchy system yet. What, a telephone pole? Whip the effing do. Look what happens every time a storm blows through. What do you think, these televisions are smart? Because you called it a smart television? Smart TV? It ain't no smarter than you. It's not consciously aware. It doesn't just go to program 52. You know, it doesn't say that to you. It's not going to change the channel for you because it knows exactly what freaking channel you want it on. Only these idiots know what it is because they've been watching you, using the eagle eye to study you. A military weaponized machine to study characters. So back to what I was saying. Not only are they corrupted, the military is corrupted, they were under satanic and demonic belief systems. Oh my God, this is just it's too much when you really think about it. It's a lot of grief. So they believed in demonic systems. And they were actually tampering with mutation, okay? Which is still part of a pollution, but you're polluting the body now, okay? You're polluting the body with unnatural chemicals and testing. Because you don't know what you're doing, you end up with a mutation that is of a demon. And we see this in World War II with Hitler. With the children, okay? And the mothers. Who's to know how many Jews were raped? Women and children? How many were raped? I want the answer to that. So, this military, this German military, decided to do mutation on children and the mothers. And they also did, they were sending all the mothers and the children into the gas chambers. The males would be sent into another location to go to work. The children and the mothers would be sent to the gas chambers because they were being mutated on. Scientific studies of injections. He was injecting himself with meth and all sorts of craziness, man. So he was turning these people into demons. And this was all during World War II, Hitler. And then they were probably also getting raped. I'd assume the biggest factor was that they were also getting raped. Once separated from the husband. By the soldiers. By the military soldiers. So this is known that during warfare, that even the Americans, all war tactic is they're all into raping. They're all into raping people. Yes, they are. Don't fucking tell me you're not, right? I know you're military. I know your military better than you know your military. And they're operating from demonic behavior because they think that they have power, that they rule over people. You have the kamikaze army, but that you don't have a kamikaze army. You have one that needs AI now. That's the only way you'll ever win a fight. You need AI. You can't even fight your fights anymore. And that's what I want to talk about too, is AI. So AI. America needs AI. Just to be strong. It's not strong anymore. It's weak. It's barely holding its leg up. It's sitting on it's got a wooden leg, but instead of it being connected, it's like a little stand. and he just picks it up, moves it, walks with it. So he just like a rest for where his leg needs a rest. He needs to rest his leg. So he just rested on there. Yeah, it's one of them wooden legs. And you get ready to topple over. Because what happened is you create this AI system, which is artificial. It's not even real, it's fake. So we have a fake system here. It's a fake system. And China's doing the same thing. It's terrible looking. And it's demonic. Okay, it's demonic. So it's back to World War II, demonish. Now, if you want to go to World War I, you can look at China. China was a demon. They were in that demon time. They were in dark magic, witchcraft, sorcery. Now this is separated from the churches at the time. And the air quality. We've really hit a serious problem with the air quality. But what we have a problem with is time, okay? They keep using these weapons within time. Not realizing time will always run out. So what are we doing? We're doing weapon tests within time. We're trying to test out these new weapons that we're designing, we're creating. And we're going to do this during what we call war season, okay? And the military can make up at any point, at any time, a propaganda to go to war. A false story. To go get us a bunch of people killed that are innocent. Why don't we send out these hierarchy systems? Why don't we send y'all out there and put you on the battlefield during war season to test you like a weapon and see if you like it when you don't come back? You might not make it back mentally properly. Most people never come back mentally. That's ever going to wars. They don't make it back mentally. They usually have a mental problem. That's what happens with war season, is your mental goes. The way you think. Your mind. Your soul has an effect on your soul. Okay? The very essence of creation. Because it's being interrupted and destroyed right in front of your very eyes. So now your soul's being tampered with. Your mental's being tampered with. But creation's being destroyed right in front of your eyes. And you're witnessing it through pollution. Through pollution. Your biggest number one problem to the ice wall melting